I'm down here in San Antonio, Texas at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center, and we're getting ready for this photo exhibit for the Acostas. I'm super excited about it. This is right in their old neighborhood, and I just thought I'd do a little walkthrough. This is the gallery, and this is an old pharmacy right in it's on the south side, and you know, it's just like you're walking into Guadalupe's shop. That's him in his shop in the 1940s, and here's a really cool headline from the San Antonio Light in 1937 of the family working guitars to serenade the senoritas made in San Antonio. There's Guadalupe tuned his harp, and that's him in his shop in the 50s. It's like all bajos hanging up there. And there are some bajo sextos that he made in the 1930s and 50s, and there's a really cool interview he did with the paper with this caricature. Gives a lot of great information, and that's Guadalupe, his son Miguel, and his granddaughter Sylvia, who will be here tonight with that guitar, with that great, beautiful double neck. And there is Lydia Mendoza, who was my introduction to the Acostas, with her beautiful 12 string. There's Narciso Martinez and Santiago Almeida, first guys that really blew up conjunto on record, and that is in Acosta Bajo. This is Pedro Rocha and Lupe Martinez with their Acosta 12 strings. And these photos, all these old instrument photos, the photos of the musicians, those are from the Arhoolie Foundation. Chris Strakowitz saved those photos, and they generously loaned them. Here's another great photo from the Arhoolie Foundation, and that is Gaetani Cantu with their Acosta 12 strings. There's one from the newspaper. That is Francisco Cantu in 1940 with his Acosta guitar. There's some cool Acosta, like Miguel is playing in a mariachi, and Guadalupe is in that photo. And there's Miguel playing with an orchestra. Here's Miguel with his double neck plugged into an amplifier. That guitar was made in 1947, so that's right around there. And there is the man, Lonnie Johnson, with his Acosta 12 string that he got here in 1928 when he's here recording. And this is a guy named Weldon Drake who lived down by the border with Mexico, and he had an Acosta 12 string. He used to play dances with his brothers on their farm. That is a photo from the Depression, or from 1942, and it was the Farm Security Administration, photo by Arthur Rothstein. And then we go. So those are all the musicians. It's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. And then there's 4 beautiful bajos. That's an Acosta on the right, one made in Mexico around 1920 by Herculano Carrillo. And then 2 Martin Macias from the 50s, a bajo sexto and a bajo quinto. There's Luis Acosta, the son of Guadalupe, who kind of ran the shop and was a brilliant guitar maker. There's his striped guitar that I restored. There's pictures of it all restored. This is a songbook that Luis put out. Santiago Jimenez is on the cover, and the other night we were hanging out with Santiago Jimenez Jr., and he was saying that he had that songbook when he was a kid, and he used to learn tunes from it. Of course, he was proud because his dad was on the cover. There's a picture of Mike Acosta playing at Fort Sam Houston, Army base in town. He's playing his checkered guitar, and there he is playing with some friends around 1947 or so, also with his checkered guitar. And there's the checkered guitar that I restored, that beautiful picture of the heel by my buddy John Maniaci. And there's the front and the back of it. I rebuilt that back. Almost drove me nuts. I'm convinced that they were thinking about armadillos when they made that. There's Miguel Acosta when he was like 15 years old in his mariachi outfit along with some of his buddies. In the 1930s probably. There he is playing with Mike Marquez and Juan Sandoval, who they called Little Brother on fiddle. That's in the 1960s. There is Mike playing at the San Antonio train station. And some people think that's Luis Aguilar, a famous Mexican musician and actor on the right. This is a plan that Mike Acosta made of a guitar with a built-in amplifier. He was an electronic technician. He was trained by the GI Bill. That's a super cool guitar. That's around 1950. This is the sugar guitar that those guys made. That's a Dreadnought 14 fret, really awesome guitar. There is Jesse Acosta playing a guitar. He was a great woodwind and brass repairman in town here. This is Mike and Sylvia playing together. This is the kind of the Sylvia Acosta section. There's more of Mike and Sylvia and Vicente Hernandez and Pete Nieto on that one. This is Mike and Sylvia and Mike's brother Domingo playing bass, and they're playing at the opening for the Treasure of Pancho Villa. The premiere was in San Antonio. There is Sylvia again, and she's got all these beautiful outfits on, and those were made by her mother, Octavia, who was a great seamstress. And that is Octavia and Mike, two wonderful craftspeople, artists of the highest order. Here's Mike with a guitarron, 1984, playing with the mariachi at the Texas Folklife Festival. Here's Mike working in his shop, building a bottle of sexton in like 1984, 85. Mike and Juan Viesca playing the bottle of sexto that he made in 1984, playing tunes on Mike's back porch. Mike with his fish guitar. This is my buddy Mickey Acosta with his dad's double neck. He was the best. Humble man, great craftsman, great guitar repairman, great machinist, and wonderful human being, most importantly. And this is the Acosta family. In 2021, had a gathering that we had, kind of a family reunion guitar exhibit. That was a wonderful day. And here is a band of Acosta family members back in the 1920s. We know that that is Domingo Acosta in the back row, the sharp-looking dude in the center, who was a great violinist and then got a hand injury and then switched to double bass. He's one of the best jazz and classical double bass players in Texas, they say. So there it is, folks. I am super excited to be having this exhibit, to tell this story, and most importantly, tell this story in the neighborhood where the family lived. All right, I'm out.